Hello and welcome to this channel. If you are an existing subscriber, welcome back. This video is for those who plan to become a permanent resident in Singapore. First, let us check your eligibility. You are eligible to apply for PR if you are any of the following: a spouse of a Singaporean or SPR, a child born to or adopted by a Singaporean or SPR, parent of a Singaporean, S-Pass or employment pass holder, full-time student, and Entra-Pass holder or foreign investor. Now, what are the chances we can be approved? Let us discuss the factors one by one. First, family ties to Singaporeans. If you are an immediate family member in a Singaporean family, you have a chance. Economic contributions. If you have made investments in Singapore or a high earner, you have a chance. Educational qualifications. Of course, the higher the education, the higher the chance. Age. Any first world country will always prefer to bring in younger, healthy individuals.
Family profile. The profile of your family may or may not affect your application. Length of residency. How long you stayed in Singapore is an important factor to consider. Ability to contribute to Singapore. If you are a job hopper with no talent or career direction, no permanent place to stay, you will only become a burden to the government. Charitable contributions. Anyone with generous heart and capacity to help the needy has a chance.
Commitment to sinking roots. Someone who plans to make Singapore his new roots deserve to be a PR more than someone who will leave and renounce the PR in future. Special individual merits. Even a domestic helper can get PR status, like famous foreign artistes and scholars. It could also be an individual's rare talent or profession. Employer credentials. This one applies to S-Pass and E-Pass holder. Good character. Basically what I mean here is for someone who has no adverse record. Now let's talk about the requirements for each type of application. For local spouse, one must provide his birth certificates and IC, marriage certificate, income documents, details of his previous residential addresses, his family details, educational certificates, divorce documents, if applicable, and memberships in society or organizations, if he has any. For an unmarried child below 21, the birth certificate is the most important. If he is adopted, must also provide the adoption papers. If the child is working in Singapore, copy of his work pass. If a stepchild, the custody proof is required too. Details of the child's family and also the child's education records. Additional documents may be requested depending on the age of the child. And now for the most awaited, work pass holders requirements. First, and most important, provide the certification from your current employer with complete employment details. Employer must fill in and sign the Annex A form. Provide birth cert and IC, other employment documents, previous employment certifications, details of places of residency, family details, highest educational certs, and membership details. Sometimes the payslips and IRIS notice may be required too. For the students, same requirements are needed like birth cert and IC, past residential addresses, family details, educational records, and membership details. Additionally, the parents' passports are required, and also, if the student is employed, he must provide the same employment documents required from workers. There are common requirements that all applicants must provide. These are following: passport-sized photo, English translation, signed declaration forms, and valid passport. Sometimes verification of certain documents are required too. For foreign investors, they must be a member of EDB and must apply for the Global Investor Program. Other requirements are application for re-entry permit and details of family background. Having an Entra-Pass helps in getting PR faster.
After completing all the documents, you are now ready to submit. Unlike in the past, now you do not need to book appointment anymore. All applications must be submitted online in the ICA website. Log into My ICA using your SingPass. Choose between two options: download form, fill in completely and upload again, or Fill in the application form directly online and submit within 7 days. Your application will be processed within 4 months. This process may take longer or faster depending on the merits of your application. During this period, you are allowed to provide additional documents or information that can help with your chances of approval. Do not contact them to follow up until after 7 months. You just check the status of your application online. How to do it? Just log into your MyICA again and go to Permanent Residence Application. For each application submission, you only need to pay 100 Singaporean dollars payable in debit or credit card. After approval, the fees are around the same amount but must be paid by cash card or nets payment. What if the application is not successful? You must prepare yourself for the negative outcome too. By knowing some possible reasons for rejection, you can calculate your chances. Some factors may have caused your application to be rejected. Missing or mismatched information in the form. Dishonest answer in the declaration page. Unpaid taxes, police record of offences, recent approval of a pass. If you recently have a new pass approved, for example, you had your employment pass approved 2 weeks ago, it is unlikely for ICA to request MOM to cancel that employment pass just to give you a PR. You may have to use the EP first, and then reapply for PR after paying for 1 full year of tax assessment. Lack of merit and nationality-based quota are also possible reasons for your application to be rejected. In case of rejection, if you do not want to give up yet, here's what you can do. First, review your previous application and assess where you fall short. Then, decide between 2 options, to appeal, or to reapply. If you decide to appeal, there must be changes like, for example, more information that was not provided in your previous application, or new information showing an upgrade of your status or recent achievements. The same changes must be provided if you decide to submit another application. If you plan to do this, remember to wait for at least 6 months before submitting the new application. Once you already have a pending application, if you want to change or add new information, do not submit another one. Okay, so much for the negative outcome. Now let's discuss about good news. When your PR application gets approval, you will not receive any SMS or email notification. ICA will send you the IPA letter by post. You must book appointment to complete formalities before the IPA expires, which is 1 month only. You will be issued a new IC card and a new IC number will replace your FIN. Then you will have your new CPF account and Medishield life insurance. Male permanent residents are required to serve national service. Becoming an SPR is not permanent. You need to know possible reasons for your PR status to be revoked or cancelled. Your permanent residency will be revoked if you leave Singapore without a valid re-entry permit. It will also be cancelled upon approval of your citizenship application. The same thing will happen if you renounce your permanent residence to withdraw your CPF. After the COVID-19 outbreak, SPR and other pass holders who violate the restrictions had their PR or passes cancelled. Remember that committing a crime will make ICA review your PR status. In most cases, the PR is revoked, like the case of forging of documents submitted to the ICA. Misdeclaration is a serious offence in Singapore.
We have come to the end of the video and I want to thank all of you for watching. Please click like and share. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so and click the notification bell. And because you have watched all the way here, I'd like to share with you the topics of my next vlogs. Until next time, keep safe everyone.